Yes.
Hey, wait, give me a second. No, just on. Fuck. There's a new Mac OS. I didn't know. Fuck, I'm not gonna do this.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna do this right now. I'm not gonna because I
No.
mm, because no.
It's like worst thing ever you could do now.
No. Because I
Okay,
mean
we
I
have
changed
yeah.
to Ventura like because you remember I was a boy to change it for like I think 2 years.
Mm.
And I think finally I changed it when already was not, I mean, it was some versions already. Um, and it took me a while, I mean, to make sure that all my software were working. But now they change, of course, the bitches. It's how it is. Hey, what up?
Yeah, I was in Tokyo today.
Yeah, I
Takes
saw the
like
picture.
1 hour. Yeah, I sent you. It's just random.
Mm. I have a friend of mine who is in Tenerife. I mean, he sent me a picture that he was on the beach. So I asked, like, "Hey, isn't it too cold to be, I mean, sleeping on the beach?" And it's 33 degrees there.
What?
Three.
Wow.
33 degrees, and here is 7. Yeah, normal, but it's a big difference. It's
Yeah,
like almost 30 degrees difference, right?
crazy. It's like when we talked about this, application that we should fly to somewhere warm so we can save the cost for heating, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Then between how much it costs, like the green, the eco,
Yeah, the footprint,
the
carbon footprint.
footprint, and then the heating cost.
Yeah, crazy. And you have good heating there or no?
But here's always, I mean, I don't have to use it so far. I mean, I guess it should get cold, but
Mm,
so far no. Because also as soon as I start using lights, it becomes warm.
true,
So
true.
yeah, so far, no. You saw the super video I sent you from yesterday?
So was it so how is it like it was lagging because it's sending from the headset to the projector or
Yeah, so yeah, and I thought it took me more than what I expect, of course, the time wise. Then it was casting from the headset to the computer.
yeah.
Yeah, the lagging was that was sending from the headset to the computer. Yeah. Well, it took me a while to understand like the video file. I got the camera from that you were using, the Insta360,
Right.
and it took me a while to understand that the format that I could not just right away use that format, but I had
Yeah,
to download it.
the app
Uh,
and
like, did you use their proprietary software?
yeah, I think so. Was it, do you have to use a phone or is it from the computer? I forgot, but something weird.
I mean
The
the Insta Studio thingy,
yeah.
because I mean I saw like I was checking 360 video that is not related to I mean, for you to see it, it's an MP4 file. I mean, could be an MP4 file or it's an MP4 file. So then I just took the Insta format and I put it in I used the Handbreaker, this software. I don't know if you know,
Right.
like it's just, I use
Black thing.
Handbreaker
Yeah.
and then I just put it in MP4, but it was a bit weird. And
Mm,
but it was really cheap. I mean, because they're so expensive, the original file was like for, I don't know, less than a minute or maybe 2 minutes, still like 300, 400 megabytes.
yeah.
And now I haven't done yet some file management on the computer. So every gigabyte, I'm like, I have to erase stuff.
Right.
So then I check when I put it when I just converted from the Handbreaker, it was like 9 megabytes. So I was really happy. but then I see that it was not. I mean, when I use Handbrake and their editing software, when I exported there as MP4, I could see it as how it's supposed to be, as an MP4. But then in the VR headset, like yeah.
Yeah. And so like I couldn't really see the projection, but so basically you recorded on the spot and then you transfer it to the headset.
I record.
Like where did you record it? The video.
I record there. Like I put the basically the. Maybe I can just because I can.
You wanna share it? How does it work?
Academy development. This one. Video. Sorry, again, please. How can I? I'm trying to see the. No, because I can't see that file. How can I share my screen? Choose, select the camera. No.
This share screen button, or maybe it's in the three dots you have to open. I don't know. It depends. It's weird.
To
But
capture reaction.
no,
Record.
you should be able to do
Ah,
it.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, just the whole screen for now. So are you seeing? Yes, you're seeing
Yeah.
this. This is what I record.
Oh, interesting. But you can also like move it around like this view, I
Ah,
guess.
really?
Or no?
No.
Huh. Oh, you rendered it. So it's not 360 anymore?
Yes. I mean, this I see this everywhere. What? Oh. Huh? No,
Maybe you have
what is this
to
one?
open with VLC or something.
Because I was seeing this. Maybe that's why I was seeing. Wait, so this should be seen like this?
Right.
Okay, so maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, and can you open that file with VLC? That demo video?
Open. When we
No,
so it's not in 360.
could be right.
I mean, it's a question like because then I'm a bit confused. So this is just recording, but when I put it in the VR headset, I see it all around.
But
Could
yeah,
be
but
just
it's
a
hard to say. And how is the original one like before? Like you have this proprietary version. Yeah,
this thing.
yeah.
This is
This one you could if you open it, you can like move it around, right? With the
but
player.
I cannot open this.
Oh, but you don't have the editor or?
Yeah, now it's opening. Yeah, the editor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. But you first export it in this app, or yeah, because this should look like that, right? In the like the left side, like where it has this yellow frame. Like that, it should look like the rendered video should look like that. This kind of deformed one.
But yeah, but that so far then it looks like this. So
Yeah,
like
that's just the one viewpoint.
so how what I'm doing wrong?
Maybe you can press the export and then yeah you see that tab at the top? It says export reframe video
Oh,
and export 360 video. So that's why I think.
oh yes, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really
Yeah.
confusing. I had, this problem like when I was working with camera a lot. And after finishing rendering, you notice that it was wrong.
Okay. No, but yeah, that's why I see what I see in the VR. Yeah, I was
Mm,
very confused, but I just thought that I was confused because I'm VR or whatever. But I guess it's just because anyway,
yeah,
like there's an option that you can just put all around a 2D
right.
image.
Whatever video it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna export this. Okay, thanks to like so it always should look like this, like in the middle, it should be
Yeah, some kind of weird deformation. I think it's called
um,
equirectangle. It's like the world map.
oh my god, I never know how to call it.
Reels 360.
360. What is going? Okay. So actually on today I want to try something, but this is
Yeah.
just, I mean, technical. I have this thing.
You want to share stop share screen, maybe?
I have is this, yeah. I have this thing where yeah, I have this. At some point, I bought a lot of these different ways of tripods to mount in the body. I remember that I
Okay.
was, yeah, well, in COVID actually. So you put this thing like this.
Mm. Yeah, you were trying them at Path.
Yeah, I have
I
one, just
remember.
one for the neck. But that doesn't have a mount. I think so, but this one can be here. So I'm curious. Um, I'm gonna try this and then try to move it. So I mean to dance a bit. I want to dance a bit with this.
Oh, it could be really
Yes.
interesting because it can cancel out the rotation.
Say it again.
Like it has like the sensors so that you can kind of cancel out rotation. So like whatever movement you do, like it's not a compass, but it's always facing north in the rendered video. So if
I
you
didn't know.
if you if you move a camera, normally you change the viewpoint, right? You rotate with the camera, but because this is 360 and it has sensors, like even if you twist the camera, it looks as if it was not moved. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I don't get it completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so but this is so technically I think this is something I want to explore a bit with movement
Yeah.
and then try that in the so I also have a different 360 camera. So this is the one from here. This is for recording, but I have something that I have from the school I never brought back. So stupid me.
So I don't upload this video.
This one. No, I have a 360 camera.
Yeah.
That is, it's called Rico,
Yeah.
and the storage, it has just internal storage, really
Yeah.
low. I remember when they gave it to me, I thought it was like it's less than it's few gigabytes. It's just ridiculous for the files.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
the original one, which has 16 gigabytes, but they also released like cheaper version. It
which
might
is
be
like,
that
but
cheap.
it's ridiculous. But the amount, I mean, for the files, like, it's really
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
But what it has a live people. I mean, it has kind of like a idiot-proof way to live stream. Is more
It has a
live.
HDMI.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm trying to see is if I can. I'm thinking like in YouTube. Wait, what I'm trying to achieve is if I can see live streaming in 360 from YouTube.
Mm, I never tried it.
Um, because I mean, I have never tried like videos, YouTube 360 YouTube videos. Have in VR. Have you tried them?
No.
But it
I
should
mean,
be,
live stream.
yeah, no live, just like a 360 video. Like, I know that there are options. I mean, in YouTube that there are videos, 360 videos, I think, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like content.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it in VR 360, but if that works, it means that a live stream will work also because it's just a platform, right?
Yeah.
I mean, from not from the back, not from the other, not from the client side. Like, the client is the one who will be busy trying to make it. So this thing will be busy making it live streaming, and then on the other side will be, yeah, if this works on YouTube in 360, so that you see like um this kind of video that we just rendered, in it means in my head like that you should be able to see it also in VR.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. So I want to see. I mean, there is something there that I thought, like, because of the space, that I thought maybe I would like to see on that thing, being in
Mm.
the space, being in the space. Yeah, around these things. I guess it's not really completely clear, but around this area of live and 360.
Mm. But what for? Like to play with the different locations, or for people to watch?
To be like for playing for seeing different locations.
Mm.
Because there's that one element that I would like to. I mean, when I speak about like hybrid places, like, that's something that I would like to see. Because like how, I mean, that's a hybrid element.
Yeah.
I don't know, something around that. But this is anyway. This is technical.
Yeah.
So this is technical. It's not completely clear. I'm just landing. But I think around that, a bit around that. Um, yeah, and I started seeing also yesterday something. I was awake until 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like,
You sent me quite late the video. I mean, it was
yeah,
like
because I
maybe
got into
two or
this.
three. Yeah.
I got into this habit of doing checking things. So then I was playing again, like, with a MIDI controller at Leap Motion.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. I guess I had different like technical things, but I would like to go back to what is this?
Yeah. Actually, there's one thing I wanted to say. Wait, I just opened the document and I noticed something. Um, so when I watched your video, I thought this was funny because I don't know how it was for you, but drinking water like from a glass with a headset is a bit awkward. Like you're wearing a headset and you're trying to like drink water, and then it kind of bumps into the headset. That was kind of funny.
But did you notice that I saw that there was two rounds of that? Like the first one, I bumped with that,
Mm.
and basically I stopped. I guess I did.
Oh, okay.
So the first one, I guess I acknowledged that something weird was happening, and
Mm.
then the second one I did it. I mean, I adjust.
Mm.
But I guess like the gesture, that thing could have been more explicit because it was a surprise for me, that I could not drink the thing.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, that I kind of related to what we said yesterday about the candle. I mean, I was interested in this candle that you can't use in a space because of some fire security issues, safety issues. So in that space, you can't light up candle and you can't drink water in the real space.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is something, I mean, not particular person, but I've seen a lot of people like having this kind of ghost thing happens when you're doing like motion capture and you climb up on something, or or like you throw something to another person, but the object is not tracked. So in the VR space, or the debug view of the motion capture, you don't see, you're just like flying, or you're just like doing some motion, but in the reality you're actually doing like throwing something or climbing up on something. So this is kind of this detachment from each either reality.
Yeah. So, but I think I should be, I don't know, like, so so this for December, it should not be, it's not a performance. I don't think so. So it should be more like an installation
Mm.
where, um, um, so what is that I want to do? I mean, what is that I'm trying to share? To try to clarify if it's, yeah, that's, I think that's the thing. Yeah, if I want people to see something or to experience something, like
Mm.
one, like something will be more close to like than performing something. And then on the other aspect will be more like if they want, if I want to, for them to experience something more close to what we were speaking yesterday about, like the immersion
Yeah.
or evoking something. Or perhaps could be also like a mix of both things. I mean, I just think that it should be uh clear somehow, like, and so it should be minimal what I present. And I think I should be clear in my head what is it somehow. So for instance, like it could be like what I was playing the last time, like when the first videos. And so that would be like sharing with them that, and then somehow So that, and then another thing where they experience exactly basically what you said at some point, and you talked with William, that you said that's exactly that point, like that it kind of divided into one where when the audience watch, and the second when the audience interact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Based on and then with some words, yeah, presenting basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea because I think it's nice if you have one aspect of like more like proof of concept. I mean, it is proof of concept, but like what's the minimum interaction? Well, for example, interaction you want, and at the same time, what's like the vision, like what's the, it can be fake, but something that you want to show. Because tech people can understand from like minimum interaction to, kind of extrapolate, but other people are like, just don't have that imagination.
No, yeah, and then my point will be more like trying to reach the other people,
Yeah, yeah,
like with a simple proof of concept somehow.
yeah,
That will be that's what I'm interested in, I think.
right. Hmm. Yeah, maybe like you said, like you have to have the concepts really clear in your head, and I think that's a good starting point, and can be like really minimum, right? Like what's the thing that you want to tell?
What is the thing that I want to tell?
Or why are you doing this?
Yeah, I think the why is to showcase, or yeah, to share that the virtual reality is based. I mean, this virtual reality is something that we always, it's just a different perception of how we perceive our daily reality. I think this, yeah. So basically that the virtual reality is not belonging, is not a technical thing, but it's just a different focus on, yeah, yeah, it's a different focus on what is happening.
Right. And why you need this different reality or perception.
Do you mean how? Can you elaborate the question?
Like, because you want well, you want to investigate like different reality. Is that because you are not satisfied with what's in the reality, or, well, that's not maybe good perspective, but how they say, like, yeah, um, like for example, like I'm just imagining VR chat, and I don't know, like why do people do VR chat? They can talk to other people who's not there in the real space. They can use different bodies. I don't know what. like I'm not really, I didn't really got into it so much, so I can't really elaborate. But there are reasons why people do VR chat, or people do, I don't know what are the other other good examples, but I mean, video game is clear because you know you have like alternate reality that you can play inside. But VR chat is not a video game.
No, I get it. And I guess in some should be somehow to acknowledge the pros. I mean, to acknowledge that basically to give time to of the transition somehow. Like I think what I'm interested in that space in between, like what we consider real or what is analog, and then the technical space. That's what I call in different ways, or a gesture, or a ritual, or fire, or that's what I'm trying to do. I guess I'm trying to. I believe that staying in that pace, because and then that's what I guess I use the magic and the ritual of these words that are a bit more, yeah, they are not material somehow. I guess it's because I think in that space something meaningful that is not material happen. While when you go with in technology, like say virtual spaces, there is no material, there's not something material. So your body feels that is, or that it feels that there is something missing in that space because it's not material, you're disembodied. So I think that is this emptiness somehow of, I mean, there is something that is missing in that space. And the other spectrum, you have your normal life, the one that you just, so is, I will say that is full of everything, reality. I think the way how I see it is like, yes, that you have a reality that your life is full. And in, I guess, in digital environments, at least for me, could be different with ages also, I think, or people grow up with technology. But I think like for me, the digital space, like especially that virtual space, is not full, is missing a body, is missing, is not full.
Mm.
Um,
Think it's interesting because when we say VR, it's about the environment, like something that we connect to, like virtual environment that you create. But are we talking about the environment, or are we talking about the body, or both? Or is there actually a distinction?
about the environment or the body.
Environment or space, and the body, because
Mhm.
the body is in the environment in a way.
Yeah, I
Or
think like, yeah, I think that's a super good point. And it, like the way how I see it, like in that is like, I guess that my assumption is that I don't see a separation between them in the virtual space of the space and the body. Because it's just
mm,
one thing.
mm,
Uh, where my soul is not there somehow, like my spirit, I'm disembodied in that sense. In the reality, I don't question that. I mean, in
right,
reality, you're not questioning. Your questions come more from existential point of view, from
right.
the in that way will be more close to the immersion of like I mean, how in reality. Okay, I'm trying to say two things. Like, so in reality, you can use this immersiveness that we spoke yesterday, of like evoking things through yourself and through your experiences, through your humanity, through being human. You can create this immersiveness, and then also existential crisis and so on.
Mm,
So then um, so things that are metaphysical, that are not they're not material somehow. You cannot prove them of like, but you feel them. Um, and we speak about like then the virtual space, then it's I feel that the body and the environment, I think that's part of the problem. How I feel. That's a good point. That I don't see a separation between. That's a good point. I don't see a separation. That's my perception. I don't see a separation of my virtual body and the space. I'm not there. I don't believe that I'm there. Like it's not a rational thing. It's weird because you're. I mean, I don't know if you feel the same, but my feeling is that mm, if you don't have storytelling, because there's a different thing that is proven in studies, like with virtual reality, if you have a storytelling, you can take somebody and the person doesn't have agency in questioning something, right? You just take them through a journey and then the person goes. But if you're just wandering, then you know there is something odd. Like, I mean, you start like yeah, there is just something odd that is it. Not about your, it's not a rational thing, it's just something that is like in your belly, like you have been all your life living in certain way, and then now you go to that space. It's like it's something that you won't feel in reality in
Right. But it's funny because your body hasn't changed from the,
like your
I
real
mean,
body, you mean.
yeah, but maybe that is the problem because you are not adapted to the virtual space because you carry the real body to the virtual space, maybe.
This is very interesting. I mean, like this, you have something really like I feel there was something very strong in that. There is no separation between the space or the environment, because I don't know who you say, like this is, it comes from um Husserl phenomenology, like the percent, like there's this embodiment, like all these things lead to embodiment, that you understand that you exist. I mean, you don't question that you're not existing. It's not even a thought of reality. I mean, like normally. And I mean, and also like you separate yourself. I mean, you understand, you have this belief that you are not a TV, that I'm not my chair, that I'm not part of my chair. Like you have this clear separation with objects. Uh, and I don't think that this is a thing. I think you were touching something interesting here. And it doesn't have to be necessarily connected with the physicality of wait, this is gonna finish.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
can
let's come back in the
yep.
same link.
What was
Okay.
where were we? Not trusting VR environment because it's not real. Like there is no separation between the environment and yourself.
And you're saying like you don't question the existence in real life.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, you question other things. I mean, yeah, let's not go there. But and it's I mean, this is my experience, my feeling with VR is because this is also is not like a thought. It's not that I'm rationally in the VR space saying like constantly consciously, is this real? How real is this? It's just a missing feeling. It's a, I guess it's not a trust. There is not a completely trust in the environment. It's kind of like I feel like there is suspicious somehow. Because all my senses are reacting to it. So
Right.
all my senses are reacting, but so I guess this is a rational thing that is, I don't know if it's rational or irrational, but it's just is this thing of it's connected with exist. Yeah, doesn't exist. This is not real.
Right.
So I guess somehow connecting, bringing back to like working with this, I think will be interesting, like to show or like to. So if that's the problem somehow, if you want to see it as a problem, like that I don't trust in the environment. I don't think it's real. Still, I feel that it's really weird to see like somebody dancing in a virtual space. I don't think it's weird to see an avatar dancing because there's a video, but making the connection of somebody dancing on the virtual avatar or something like that, I think that's what it becomes weird. You see what I mean? Like seeing like a video of dancing things and stuff is a video, so there's no problem, and it could be nice as aesthetically as it goes. It becomes a problem when a real element on that is happening, like when when the real body. I think it goes to the same place of like weirdness of if I see a video of bunnies dancing and I think they're really cool and I like them, and then after that I see there's actually people doing the dance with the digital translation, then I feel that is odd.
You mean like a motion capture to move
Yeah, motion
avatar?
capture. Yeah.
I see. But that's also interesting because like actors also use motion capture, right? Like to like move avatars. But they probably develop skills. I mean, it's like a perform, like same as like dancing and performing. Like you kind of try to create your own reality or like choreographers or directors' reality, and you try to act in that or move in that space, but you're not wearing headset.
But yeah, but I think, yeah, I think it's a good point. Like I was thinking of thing with actors, and is that I think in virtual reality is fine as long as when you make stuff, when you make things that are concrete, when you have things that they already are formed, so not abstractions. I mean, in relation to humans, let me expand or to break down a little bit of this. So I'm meaning that if there is a storyline to follow, so something that is concrete, then you follow along. Or if you said if it's like the virtuality of a character, if it's formed, let's say it's part of the Lord of the Rings, so it's Gollum, so it's something that already it is defined. It's not blurry. It's something already. The thing I think with dance is like dance is very abstract, no? So it's not really formed. So it's not yet something. Uh, yeah, it stays quite abstract.
Right. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of dance you do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why like people are so much into like Buto and stuff like that, right? Because they kind of tell you all these like fish swimming in your belly, stuff like that, and then create the reality. I mean, like a reality from that. It's kind of symbolic choreography. I don't know how to say,
Right.
but basically, like those symbols that you try to embody it to make it real, and that's the way you move, I guess.
But then how does it work in Buto then?
I don't
It's
know.
like, but you know if
The
is
only
there
thing
like
I know is that they have these kind of like really concrete stories, especially with like animal or you know, or can be human, can be like old person or yeah, I don't know if there's example I can just find, but that's the repertory they have.
but is that they're moving from how it happens, like the motion, you know, if the motion happens is defined, like you go from point, you have A, B, C, D, you have 5 points to go during 1 hour, and then you know you have to pass through these 5 points, or
I don't know how this like movements are like. I mean, they have like stories. I just opened this like really nice website called Buto Kaden. Um, and I just opened a page of bull. You are aware of bull's horns. You are also aware of the bull's weight and the hoof split into three. You are dancing the wall painting at Altamira Cave. They are ancient bulls. As you dance, you are aware of the bull's elegance, weight, and slightly wet body hair. The horns turn in precisely 7 directions. The bull stands at dusk, and it has become cloudy. It is just before a storm. The bull's head is decorated with dahlia flowers, wet with the rain. The bull is aware that he may be sacrificed, that he may suffer pains. And it goes on. So yeah, like they have like stories. I can send you the link in WhatsApp. But also like in this page, they have the video of the movement.
of the story?
Yeah, because I think so the story and the video of the dancer moving with this, because I think that's the way originally Hijikata made this repertoire, writing all these stories. And no, he didn't even write, he was just telling all these stories to his apprentices, and the guy who's in the video and made this um originally CD-ROM and now it's a website. Yeah, he was the apprentice and he was just taking notes from Hijikata, the master of Buto, and he was trying to learn the movements. I'm just saying this because it's something concrete, but it
Yeah,
narrows down to the movement
right.
from the story.
Yeah.
Yet this
Some
is
people,
not VR. It's a different reality they have to construct.
but this is so this is a kind of I mean immersion that as an audience, you want to pay attention, full attention of what is going on, right? It's like I wouldn't imagine like interacting. I mean, you're trying to, especially if it's Buto that is so, it has this space, like to you want to give full attention of what is going on. No, you want to just basically let yourself be immersed in the proposal.
Yeah.
But the story is happening at the same time, or like, or people are just seeing the video. I mean, or people are just seeing like the movement normally.
I think it's just a movement.
Okay,
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
but could be interesting. But this could be interesting.
to me, what's interesting is like as soon as you wear like headset kind of VR, it's very difficult to relate to your body, or like the way you said was what um no, you said even like no separation. But yeah, you were not sure about the space. And but like in performance, like in Buto, they're not wearing anything, but they can, you know, take these stories and you really immerse yourself. I mean, that's the whole point, right? The performers are really immersed in that story and moving. And that's really real.
What is real?
The reality they construct in a way. It's not real, but it's really real.
It exists like, yeah, because otherwise you will feel, I mean, yeah, it exists because they construct that reality. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is something that, yeah, I remember when I think I was talking to Eva like 2 days ago, that, and it's connected with that, is like the difference between like the fire that you see in reality and the fire that exists in virtual reality. Both are fire, both are real in a conceptual level. Like both have the properties to for you to understand that there is fire. Like one might burn you, like in virtual reality, but for you to understand that it's fire and that is not a football, it it must has this characteristic of fire. So like in that sense, like both are real.
Yeah.
Even the one who is in virtual reality is real until you prove that it's not real. I mean, say like in until if you try to, you cannot burn yourself with the virtual reality fire. Um, but I mean, there are other properties that we might not have, but they are real as in a big as a concept, you know, as like that's not a dog, that's it's a real fire that I'm seeing.
Right. I mean, then it comes down to, what is real and what is not real. But
Exactly.
yeah,
I was thinking the same, but then how not to get, because this is, I think is this as a point I was seeing, that I think it's important then to kind of, at least for then the research, then like it's not that there's an absolute truth, but then kind of a state like what is more or less the reality that I'm proposing. and what is the dance that I'm proposing. Because then I
Mm,
can start speaking about based on that. Then otherwise you have to go back and forth the constant definition of reality.
mm.
But also, so
I,
I don't want to get lost in that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, right. Because that's something. It's a
I mean,
rabbit hole,
that's your PhD. Like, I mean, that's
and still
nobody.
you cannot answer. Um,
Yeah,
so like something like very naive take on this or like idea would be like, so for example, dancers create, or choreographers create this kind of reality, and just for example, that how can you recreate this in VR so that non dancers can experience it? Like that would be like
yeah.
something that people. So, for example, in Buto, you create this kind of reality, but for non-dancers, I'm not pointing myself, but non-dancers, it's hard to experience this, right? Because they're not trained in that sense, or it can be dancer, but if they're not trained
You
in
mean like
this,
in creating that reality, in believing that exists?
exactly, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
In creating that
So,
reality.
so how can you make it like a similar or like a glimpse of this experience through VR? But I think that's kind of too naive. But I'm just saying because this would be like one option.
Oh, okay. Like then through VR, that then they can see what they cannot see
Right.
in the real world.
Yeah. But I think the reason why I don't like this idea is that you're kind of trying to like narrow down. This is different experience. Dancers experience and VR experience, they're different. So if you try to like mimic dancers experience and VR experience, then you're missing
This
out
is
a lot of
hard.
things. So
Yeah,
it's
because
inherently different things.
yeah,
I'm sure this kind of project exists already.
like to give the I mean, in a way, that's what I was like that was what I was doing. I guess in my first cycle was I was trying to give agency for the dancer to move differently. So to
Right.
basically to construct a different body, no, that's what I was aiming for. That
Yeah.
the dancer, you as a dancer, could dance differently that
Mm,
from the normal body that you have.
mm,
Then the tool was, and so that was narrowed out to that. Like then the virtual reality was used for, yeah, it helps you through your senses to believe that you basically have a different body.
right. Yeah, so it's a kind of other way around in a way from like what I said.
How?
Because I wanted no, non-dancers to get something that dancer would experience,
Right.
but you're kind of flipping, so that, well, not really flipping, um, but I get, like there's a lot of connection between this. Like it's interchangeable in a way. Mm, but then where are we going with this?
Yeah.
The agency.
So,
But
but
in
I
a
think
way,
this is a, yes.
like
Say-
when you explained your just now, like your previous project, like it's also like how choreographers are doing, right? Like for example, also like maybe with the space, like Trisha Brown, um, like their, I don't know, methods or technique. It's about having dancers to experience something that they haven't experienced yet by defining the cube or um, kinesphere or this kind of
Exactly. Yeah,
geometry.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
But in that sense, I mean, that's like a straightforward. That's an applied response to the need of the choreographer, which is exactly the same. I guess what I was trying. But my first cycle was creating a tool. That was the point. I guess was a tool
mm,
for to help the person to go in that state. But also a person, I guess, should be able to, a dancer should be able to do it without that.
Mm.
That's I guess that's using the entry of the virtual reality, and so the connection is it's just more as a tool
Mm.
to help achieve something that is clear. I
Yeah.
mean, that was the purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the purpose.
Actually, this is interesting because I think I've told you this before, but you know, the Pathfinder from Neil, this dots and lines, this thingy. Um, when he created, like Neo explains it like, um, mm, kind of like, I forgot exactly the words, but like he's, you know, making like a fascination of the machine that generates like new ideas that dancers cannot because you're stuck to your experience. But computers, it's just doing random. It's just doing random geometric transformation, but that's completely, you know, random that human cannot do.
Right.
And but then Raphael Hillebrand, like they were working together on this project, and Raphael's take is more like using this as a tool, so that um, one concrete workshop we did with dancers in the school was that the students was that we watch Pathfinder like doing like geometric stuff, and you try to follow with your two hands exactly like how the line moves, and after some time you close your eyes and you just continue, and you cannot.
Say it again. Repeat again.
So we changed to Pathfinder so that it's only like line. So, you know, two dots, like line that's projected,
Uh-huh.
and it's doing random movements.
Just one line doing that.
One line, yeah. Like
Just
rotation,
one a dot becoming a line.
yeah, like sometimes like,
Yeah.
you know, like translates and scales and rotates. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do it very precise now. So you're just like, so just do what I did, you know, just follow it, watching, don't improvise anything. Try to like do precise as possible, watching the projection. And after some time, like close your eyes and continue. So you,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
and don't
Yeah.
improvise. Like you have to do it as precise as possible that how the machine would do. And that was really, really, really interesting as an exercise.
Yeah. Because it's very concrete.
Yeah. I mean, I know the code, so I know how it works, but for those who don't program, I think it's really difficult at, you know, like they probably get the idea of how it would look like, but what's happening inside, you probably don't have access to.
Can you, it would be possible, can you make a sketch of that? Like just the two dots when you have some time? Like of this that you're saying? And
Oh, like is
in processing?
to send
So
you the
I'm trying
code?
to think like if you have it, I mean, if you have it, that will be great. And because I would like to see if I can, I check, I think there's the possibility to,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have two versions. Like one is the original one.
I mean, I have one of the last year, you give me one that is a complex one.
Okay.
But the one that I think I would like to see is just the simple one that you're just mentioning, just the dot becoming line and doing just one.
Oh, I could make that like, so there is web version I did. So it doesn't have like nice effects, but this is like, I ported it to P5.js and it's doing the basic stuff with Pathfinder, but this has, line, not just line, but square and triangle. But I can make a version that doesn't transform into different shapes, but the line.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So, and as I thought it's just a point that becomes a line
Yeah.
constantly. And yeah,
Check
if you
if I could
if you can
actually
just,
do it now. Oh, the
no.
code? Is this code just that? No, that's not true. Yeah, there are a lot of things. Let me think. It's possible to, yeah, I just have to do it like random two. So now, yeah, now it's just dots and lines.
And can you make the randomness like the expand there is more drastic the change the expansion of the lines, the randomness of
Uh,
how,
yeah, right now it's really small, right? I don't know
yeah.
why it
So
is,
there is
but
something here that it changes differently.
yeah,
How big is the line?
yeah, I'm not sure what. Yeah, I will look into it later.
But well, or can just like can you go back in the code for a second?
Yep, I just can't process it now, especially like while talking.
Yeah. No, but I guess it's just, for now, can you make it just I guess just multiply the line. So I guess it will just
Yeah,
make
I
it
mean,
all of them.
but that's the thing. Like, it has some kind of like logic that um. Okay, so it has this line state, random grid.
Plus multiplication.
Oh, interesting. So maybe like this. Let's see. Let's just start. Come on. Why is it just this line?
Oh,
Oh, now it's a little bit bigger, but I could just hard code it now. From 1 to, I don't know, 5. Oh, oh, interesting.
can you send me the link of this?
Yes.
If you want to try to see that,
Yeah.
how to make it,
Save it.
how can I see it on, how can I see it in VR?
Yeah. Yeah. True. I send you on WhatsApp. Should actually work on the phone as well. Hmm, what's
How
that?
can I enter you? You know, how can I see this in full screen?
Oh, um,
It goes away.
yeah, it's a little bit. I'm not sure if P5.js editor allows like full screen, but I can put it on the website and on Glitch or something, and I can send it to you after this call,
Oh,
or I
but
can just do it now while we're talking. Yeah, I can do it. I should be able to. But yeah, I mean, this is a really nice project. Like, I don't want to say like something about Mio, but I mean the way that Rafael took it is really pragmatic.
This is something that is interesting in there. Like to make somehow that thing should be possible. What if that thing is is three-dimensional?
Three.
This what if it's a cube?
So
So that it's the
I
real so it
know,
lives in a 3D space.
yeah, I know
Have
that
you
they did it.
yeah?
So this, I think, only like this version cannot do it, but the processing version can do it. And they did actually with VR, and I think they didn't like it.
I want to see that. Like did you read some documentation on that?
The thing is, like, I don't know how it works with mm, processing and VR. I have
I
no
never
idea,
heard I've never heard processing and VR.
but they did it, and I don't know how. I really don't know how. But yeah, we could think about it, how we could do.
Something that follow those principles because it must be rendered in the headset.
Yeah, yeah, this
Because
would be
one way
really fun.
one way like I was checking also yesterday, like I mean how to like render things in Touch Designer. That's the VR, that's the way how I was doing motion back. Well, it's not made for that, but if you do the what you need to do like the coding somewhere else and you use just Touch Designer to render, then you can see inside.
Hmm.
Okay, but I think maybe like then I think I would like to check this in just in 2D for now, like to make it run, to make it see that I can
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
in so I think I mean I think it has potential. I mean I don't like somehow that also they can become just a tool, like the tool, but it's really practical in that sense. But I think I would like to touch the elements that we are speaking. So I think it should be possible to create a setup where you can do both things, you can I mean do both things, like do a practical thing where people can interpret this, like it's just really you understand as an audience what is happening, also what you're expected to do. And
Hmm.
also, I mean, this could be installation, you see, like you can just put, like you can think in ways how to create installation, and then maybe my role or role will be more, especially you will be here, I'll be great then because then you could be the dancer, and then my role will be more playing with a setup that I change, basically doing the what I did with the recording, like just basically perception of changing the perception of something that is universally understood. I think this is kind of more safer, is like, yeah, changing the perception of what something that is acknowledged, something that is universally understood. In this case is first you understand that this is just that. It's a dot that becomes a line and it moves in a grid. Everybody agrees that is that.
Right.
So once it's agreed universally, then you move towards how to start like changing the perception of this. And then could be in different ways, and that gives space to the conceptual layer. Like it starts from a simple element, but it goes into more a conceptual avenue.
So I made kind of full screen version. It's not proper, but this is really interesting because it's like the fire you said, because this is in a way it's legitimate thing as a line, right?
Yeah, it's an universal truth.
Yeah. And you can't complain that this is not a line.
Something that I always found, and maybe this is I don't know from where it goes, but I found very interesting, and I couldn't develop somewhere in the concept when I work with motion bank, is I research like in geometry and in different software, a point doesn't exist. Like it doesn't exist. A point is just a point of reference for something to become. So you cannot, I mean, a point is just a point until it becomes a line, or until it becomes
Okay. So you're saying about the point.
that I mean, but this is, yeah, I don't know exactly where it goes, but that it can go somewhere. Is that in the point, it only exists because of the is in a program and touch designer, you cannot just make a dot.
Right.
You have to make something with it. The dot is there to be a line, cannot exist by itself. It's just a reference. It's always waiting for something. It cannot exist for itself.
Yeah. I think in like kind of more like high level rendering, like a game engine and stuff, it's always the case. Like in Unity, it's really hard to draw a line or a dot because it's,
Because of
it's made
the dimensionality of the program, or why?
like it's made for rendering 3D objects, like, like
Like
the
volumes.
faces. Yeah, but like faces, like the triangles, because triangle has a face, right? It's the solid part, but line doesn't have anything solid. So you have to make
Right.
your own shader, because drawing a line is actually not really simple, because you have the thickness and you have to calculate arctangent and so on, because you have to make uniform thickness no matter the rotation is. And that's something you have to calculate. And there's anti-aliasing and all these like tricks to make it smooth. And that's there's like art of drawing a line or a dot, because dot, you say dot, but it's actually a circle on the screen, right? Unless you just pick one pixel.
Yeah, and this. Yeah.
But this may be like something to this, going back to this VR topic of VR, because in normally like VR, like, game engines or touch designer, you don't draw a dot or a line. You have these faces, right? Something solid.
You mean you have things that exist, but like you have, I don't think you can draw a line, but it's not even called a line like in touch designer. It's just you connect 2 points. I mean, what I'm saying is like, if you try to render, if you try to see them, if you cannot see a point, but you can see 2 points connected.
I see.
That is a line.
I see.
And then of course, like then the engine will be more keen to, like, you can make circles, you can make spheres.
Yeah.
Actually, it is true. It has more problems like a circle circumference. No, maybe not. Like, yeah, polygons, like a circle in a way. I think a circle is just a polygon with a infinite, with many sides until you just see them as a circle.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
just a
they're like
polygon.
different
It's a
ways to do
polygon.
it.
Technically, the way hold I think that it's designed is made like it's just a polygon. Start from 3 and then becomes a circle.
Yeah. Or
But
it
it's a
can be
polygon.
actually like a 2D sprite of circle. There's like a trick called billboarding. So every time you see like wherever, which angle you see, it's kind of following you. So you can see it as it's just drawing a circle on the screen on that point in a way.
What I never really got completely understand the concept. What is a sprite?
Sprite is just an image.
It's an image.
Yeah.
A sprite is an image. So is a
Yeah.
2D image or is a
Yeah, like 2D image, like texture.
so no matter what you're seeing in the space that you are, you will see the image.
You don't even rotate because that's the thing with a 3D object, right? If you rotate, the image will be like thinner and thinner and you disappear. And then, you see this, like, if it's an object, like, it's a plane, right?
Yeah.
Normally. But the thing with sprite or billboarding, I don't know what's the right term is, but it's in 3D space. But um, if I change my viewpoint, it's just following all the time. So it's always like square or circle.
So it will
Like,
be always so
yeah,
you
because
cannot see the back. Can you see the
no,
back of the sprite?
no, I mean, sprite may not be the right word, but this technique called billboarding that always like follow you. Like, so there's no back or side because sometimes you want that kind of information, like text on the, I don't know, like something like this object, and you want to have like some kind of like status of the object. And then you don't want this to rotate, right? Like in the virtual space, maybe I see your avatar and I see your name on top of your avatar. That I want on the screen, not to rotate, right? Like
Right.
this text Jorge should be, like that, and I'm not looking at text like this because it's just inconvenient. So there's like a trick in 3D to make it keep the face always facing you so that never rotates on the screen. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dot can be represented in the same way so that it's not a sphere, it's just a circle, but it never rotates. So it's actually perfect sphere all the time wherever you look for. But it's still a circle. It's not a dot. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to I'm not really into it.
Wait, so going back then, like then practical, then we round
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Then did you said you send a link, you make a web, you put the sketch somewhere, like the full
yeah. The
screen.
last one in
Did you
the
put it in
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or okay,
In
this
WhatsApp,
last one.
Pathfinder only lines. Which maybe you have to like enlarge it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
can you enlarge the web in
yeah.
the code and make
I
it
think so.
bigger?
I mean, the thing is like, when I start doing this, like I have to change all kinds of things.
Yeah, because I mean I'm just trying to limit. I mean, it's just in VR that I just have to because I have to see it in VR.
Yeah,
Because I mean here I know I can enlarge it, but I don't know.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's all.
I have to look into like different stuff. It's really weird. Oh, it's coded. Is it like this? Can you reload it? Oh,
Yep.
it's really weird.
This is better.
Yeah, it's just makeshift. It's fine. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it does the purpose.
Okay. Let me play with this or let me see what happened with this. Wait, let's check it private. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do something with it. Let me see what happened. Let's talk later. Hey, but I think I think this could be something interesting
Yeah.
because because I think we touched. Let me just go back to the notes, like just to see. So this is really touching like that universal truth, like. Can you take some notes, maybe?
Yeah.
Like the so I think it should like on universal truth, like as the fire or like the lines, like or so is this universal truth or reality? I mean, as into sharing, no, because it's not to demonstrate how good you're dancing. This is what I'm not trying to go. It's not trying to demonstrate how good is the software, but it's like to make the point, to make all the point of uh yeah, things that we are speaking before. Um okay, let's give some time and then
Yeah.
let's talk later.
Yeah.
The thing is,
It will come.
yeah. Okay, let's talk. Okay, this
Yeah.
is exciting. This is exciting. Exciting. Cool. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these conversations. I
Yeah.
hope I can
Same.
sleep. I hope I can sleep today, like not going like
Yeah. Don't go too
uh,
crazy.
yeah, okay, let's just talk later.
Yeah, we
Uh
have.
yes, super cool. Okay, big hug. Take care.
Night. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.